take it a bit wider.
It was fantastic. Obviously, as you can see, adding an extra element to it today is the snow. There's definitely some difficult parts to this course. With the sort of snow on the hills, it does make it quite challenging at points, but it's been great to be able to practice those.
As you can see, the snow is very deep here, but luckily these Land Rovers and their drivers don't seem too bothered. These conditions are similar to the reserve's international deployments in places like Estonia, where a blanket of snow is a regular occurrence.
And obviously back up to the junkyard top, take a left and right.
It's made driving quite interesting. The students have quite enjoyed it. It's something that they don't normally get to do on a daily basis. So it's just added an extra element to the training.
The best place to change there is on that flat bit, just on that flat section.
This is just one element of Exercise Yorkshire Strike, where learning to drive is an essential part of training after their international deployment to America was cancelled when these reserves were tasked with COVID operations.
We were planning to go and do an exercise with the Michigan National Guard, which is the American version of the Army Reserve that we've got here in Britain. We were planning to do something called Exercise Michigan Strike, which would have been a 2-week exercise in Michigan. It would have been a great joint operation involving Chinooks, involving a company-sized attack. But due to COVID, we had to cancel that and get focused entirely on UK operations. So we shifted focus from that to helping out on Operation Script, which was our effort helping to test people in Yorkshire and the North East.
Now in Durham, these reservists are learning how to manage a live range from both ends. Here the reserves and high vis are training in range safety.
At present, as you can see, we have the firers on. The firers are part of the course, and those guys in the Lumi high-vis vest behind them are also on the course. Point of the course is to ensure that these guys can safety supervise on the range, on different types of ranges, different positions, different distances, etc. And today, obviously, we have a gallery range, so we've got more students down at the bottom operating on the gallery targets, and you've got these guys here doing the actual fire.
Myself, we've been doing the whole safety aspect of running a range, so it's not quite up at the RCO level, but it's like at the low level, as you can see, putting on the vests, coaching through. The idea is that you're going to be coaching through junior soldiers that haven't really had much experience firing.
This 2-week training course is covering many elements, including medical evacuations, in preparation for their Kenyan deployment at the end of the year.
So in Kenya, we are providing force protection to the British Army Training Unit, which is based in a town called Nanyunki. We will be providing force protection for the battalion that is going through its assurance training at that point. So we'll be doing things like standing on sentry positions, conducting clearance patrols, and making sure that the right people are in the right place at the right time. It's a very important role. Even though the threat level isn't that high, there's always the potential that there's a vehicle-borne IED or some other kind of terrorist activity happening.
With more than 100 reserves on site across 3 locations, they're operating on a rotational system to make up for lost time during the pandemic. Kirsty Chambers, Forces News, North Yorkshire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.